everybody, JC here from Toy News International and MarvelousNews.com. And today I'm going to be doing a review of the new Marvel Legends 6-inch X-Men series Juggernaut Build-A-Figure from Hasbro. Now, you have to get 6 of the 7 figures in the X-Men wave in order to complete this Build-A-Figure. The 7th figure, Deadpool, doesn't actually have a Juggernaut Build-A-Figure piece. And we actually get kind of they've broken this one down more than usual. So they've broken the torso down to the upper torso and then the waist piece. And then you also have this belt which comes with the waist piece. So when you're putting it together, you want to first make sure you get the belt on there, and then you just clip on the torso pieces and it'll click right in. And then you've got the belt there, so again it fits right on there. And then you just attach the legs, and you've just got circles on both legs, and they just pop right in. Just make sure you've got the right on the right side and the left on the left side. And then the arms, you again just pop in, right on the right side, left on the left side. And again, they just pop in nice and tight. And finally, we have the head. Now the head, this is one piece. You do have a separate head sculpt inside the helmet here. It's actually glued into the helmet, so I don't think he has any hair, but it is an actual separate piece to the plastic helmet. And so you can see the detail of the face and everything inside the eye slits and the mouthpiece, which is pretty nice. It would have been cooler if you could actually remove the helmet, kind of like on the old Toy Biz one, but as it is, I do like the detailing on this head sculpt. And so you just pop it in and it clicks right in. Okay, so here's a look at the figure completely assembled, and I think the overall detail is pretty nice on this figure. As I mentioned before, you've got the face inside the helmet, and then I like how you've got all the little pop marks and everything on the helmet. I like the detailing with that, and you've got the little rivets that are supposed to screw the helmet in so that you can't just pull off his helmet and then zap him with psychic powers, you know, especially somebody like Xavier. I believe, if I remember correctly, Juggernaut's helmet is kind of like Magneto's. It protects him from a psychic, you know, because he's the stepbrother of Xavier, and that's usually who he's trying to kill. The one thing that's not entirely accurate, though sometimes you do see it portrayed in the comics, is that this helmet's really supposed to be one piece with the rest of the outfit. It's basically supposed to be screwed in, and obviously it's not. You know, it's a separate piece, and you can turn the head. I kind of like how it is. They did it on the old Toy Biz one. Now I've misplaced the helmet itself, but you can see they've actually got this piece that's fitted onto the outfit. So when you put the helmet on, you know, the head's separate, obviously, and then when you put the helmet on, it doesn't actually turn, which is more accurate. Now in the comics there are times where it's drawn just like this, so I'm not faulting the figure, because there are a lot of times in the comics where he looks like this without those extra pieces like on the Toy Biz one. The paint applications on the rest of the figure are pretty basic. He's got a pretty basic skin tone, which isn't too bad on his arms. I like how they've sculpted some veins here and here, and also on his hands I like how they've sculpted the veins on the hands. I think that looks pretty good. Then he's got the little metal pieces that go around his arms, and again you kind of have those divot marks and stuff on that, so that looks pretty good. For the rest of the figure, though, it's just a basic brown, and then you have this kind of maroon red color with some black stripes. The belt, you have some nice detailing here on the belt. It's a metallic gold, and then you again have some divots and stuff to give it that metal beat up look to it, so I like that. And then the legs again are just basic brown, and the boots are the same color as the midsection, that kind of maroon red color. So this figure stands over 8.5 inches tall, not quite 8 3/4, but pretty close. Here he is next to the old Toy Biz Juggernaut. You can see the new Hasbro one is a fair size bigger. Now I don't have the Diamond Select Juggernaut, but I believe the Diamond Select one is bigger than this new Hasbro. Here's a comparison with the recent Abomination Build-A-Figure. Technically this is the San Diego Comic-Con version, but they're the same size. And you can see Juggernaut is a bit taller. And then finally, here's a comparison with the Hasbro Marvel Now Hulk and the new Wolverine brown costume figure. And you can see the scale between these three is pretty good, I think. So for articulation, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and you can actually do it down and back a little bit, not a whole lot, but you do have a little bit of back and forth movement. You can also kind of pivot it to the left and the right as well. Arms are tapped with your standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so you can get the arm out pretty good, and you've got good rotation there. He's got a bicep swivel, only has a single hinged elbow, so he can bend his elbow about that much, has swivels at the wrist, does have hinges on the hands, but not a whole lot of up and down movement, a little bit, but not a whole lot. He does have an ab crunch type joint, so he can crunch down pretty good, and then he doesn't really look back a whole lot. He's got a waist swivel. Legs are attached with ball joints, so he can do the splits about that much. He can get his leg forward about that much, and really can't do his leg back very much. Has a thigh swivel up high. Has a single hinged knee, so he can only bend his knee about that much. And then he's got hinges on the feet, so good down movement, not a whole lot of up movement, and does have ankle pivot and 2 peg holes on the bottom of the feet. Okay, so that's my review. Overall, I like this figure. I think the size of it is actually pretty good and fits in well with the other figures in this line. I like the detail with the helmet and the other metal pieces on his arm and belt and everything. Paint applications overall are basic, but they're not bad. Articulation is decent. I would have liked to maybe seen double jointed knees and maybe even elbows, but for a big dude, you know, he's not really expected to be super agile. And again, I think the size of it's pretty good. A removable helmet would have been kind of cool, but I do like the detailing of the face and everything on this figure. So the wave with this figure is starting to hit shelves now. We'll have a full gallery of images up at marvelousnews.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment, let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook and or Twitter pages. I'll have links to those in the video description below. And until next time, I'll catch you later.